the average moviegoer here today, and today I'm going to be talking about the 4 most disappointing films of the year for me. Yay, disappointment. I think a couple of movies on this list, some people are going to get pretty angry if they're watching this 5 or so years in the future, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to start this. So, the fourth, out of these 4 movies that disappointed me, the most disappointing one was El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. Now, I really love Breaking Bad. It is my favorite TV show of all time. I just haven't really seen anything that I binged it in a few weeks. Maybe there are probably people out there who are like, "Oh, I binged it in a couple of weeks, adorable." Those type of people, but I binged it in a few weeks. I finished watching it, and then I think, oh, I wish I was part of that generation of Breaking Bad. About a couple of days later, El Camino trailer drops. I was like, oh, this is a Breaking Bad movie just for me, and all that. But I'm waiting for it. The movie comes out, and I do think it's a good movie. But as a well, I don't really think it's a good movie. But I did enjoy it, and it does work. It is good. Like, it's well shot, well acted. Aaron Paul is fantastic, as always. As Jesse Pinkman, everyone in the movie is fantastic, and I love some of the cinematography. Like, there's a scene when Jesse's trying to find some money in an old apartment. There's like a really cool overhead shot of all of the rooms, and Jesse just trying to find something. But my big problem with this movie is the flashbacks in this movie. My god, there are so much flashbacks, and they are so long. And to be honest, only one of them I thought was really necessary to the plot. And even that flashback, even though it was necessary to the plot, I still thought that flashback went on for way too long. And I just did not see the point in it. It just felt like a deleted Breaking Bad episode. Like, this movie was supposed to be like maybe an hour, 20 minutes or something. Then they tried to think of a way to make it like 2 hours long or something. So then they decided to find this episode that they decided not to show or something. I know that's not what happened, but that's what it felt like to me. And the movie, like, it's so, for a movie, it's really slow. And I know Breaking Bad is quite slow, but that's a TV show. El Camino for a movie is pretty slow because, yeah, and for me personally, I never really felt urgent whilst watching it. Like, I expected to actually feel urgency because Jesse's on the run, but it just keeps on doing flashbacks. Whenever I felt like it was getting good, it just flashed back and then it gets, well, really slow again. And there are scenes in it like that I do like. For example, that scene I was talking about earlier, and there's a duel scene to the end of the movie that was fantastic, and it does provide a satisfying conclusion to Jesse's character. But I'm in the majority of people who didn't really need this movie. I was okay with the ending of Breaking Bad. So anyway, moving on to my third most disappointing movie of 2019, Jumanji: The Next Level. I think besides El Camino, that's probably going to be the one. I think people will get more annoyed about this because I actually still like El Camino, even though I was disappointed by it. But Jumanji, I do not like Jumanji: The Next Level. To me, I thought the action was better in this movie. And I thought the cast was still great, but it just keeps on recycling the same humor. When it's not recycling the same humor, it's just repeating all of the same jokes as the last movie. Well, that's what it means by recycling the same humor, but it's just like either that or they're joking about Danny DeVito and Danny Glover being old, or I mean, the new jokes. I mean, even though there's not much new jokes, I found those ones kind of funny. And there was only one time when they called back to an old joke that I found funny. But overall, I just did not like this movie. So my second most disappointing movie of 2019, Rambo: Last Blood. Rambo: Last Blood was a film I was really excited for. I heard the critics talk about it, and I thought, and all their criticisms, I was like, what do you expect from a Rambo movie? This is gonna be great, yada yada yada. I watched the movie and it just crushed me. This, like, it's a, what do you expect from a Rambo movie? You expect not a lot of um damn it, of course you expect a lot of action. So you expect a lot of action, not much character development. Even though Rambo has had quite a lot of good character development, and I didn't really expect much from the plot. Thing is though, there's not that much action. I think I could rewatch this movie as a decent thriller, I guess. Like just a rip-off of Taken, even though I'd much rather watch Taken than Rambo Last Blood. But I just don't like it. The story is, I mean, it's bad. Like I say, it's just a Taken rip-off. And when there's finally action in the last 10 minutes of this movie, I love the last 10 minutes. That tunnel scene was excellent. And I love how ridiculous it gets when you're talking about how he just rips the guy's heart out. I know that's making me sound like a psychopath, but it was just so stupid. I laugh whilst watching it. And Sylvester Stallone is good in this movie, but again, it just feels tacked on as El Camino did. Like the last Rambo movie, it wrapped up John Rambo's arc. Like he'd been walking the earth and he had finally come home, because that's what he was doing in First Blood. He was trying to come home, but they just wouldn't let him. And now in Rambo, which is what the fourth one is, he's finally home. But in Last Blood, I mean, I just did not like the conclusion to this movie, especially since this is the last one. But coming to my most disappointing movie of 2019, this might be my biggest disappointment ever. Number one, biggest disappointment, Hellboy 2019. I was unbelievably excited for this movie. I shouldn't have been, because I wouldn't be talking about it in this video, but I love the original movies with Ron Perlman and Guillermo del Toro. I really like those. I've got a Hellboy comic back there that I'm not gonna get, but I think I should have got it for this video. The Wild Hunt comic, which I love. Then they announced this movie, and it's gonna be based off of the Wild Hunt comic. I got excited. First trailer dropped, and I was like, yeah. The Red Band trailer, which came out in February, I think, looked great. Like, for me at least, it looked amazing. The gore, the demons, it shows him riding the dragon with a fire sword. I watched the movie, and the story is awful. I mean, that's all I can say. Story, acting, 80% of the humor, awful. And the action as well. Some of the CGI. See, people say Cats, like that Cats movie that came out. They're saying, oh, that has really bad CGI, which it does. I mean, Hellboy bombed at the box office, so not a lot of people know about that. But there is a scene where he fights giants. Oh my god! And there's a scene with Ian McShane where Ian McShane becomes CGI at the end. Yeah, you just need to see it for yourself. And like I say, the story is all over the place, and it starts off reasonably strong, like the first 10 minutes. Then it's just, go to this place so we can get some exposition to advance the plot. Okay, now we're going to go to this place, get some exposition to advance the plot. Then we're going to go to this place, get some exposition to advance the plot, and it's just boring. And even though there are some stuff in here that I like, not all of the action's bad. I think some of it could have been good if the CGI was at least decent. For example, I think the giant fight would have been great if it had good CGI, but it just doesn't. And the Grugarch, I believe his name is, the Warthog, he made me laugh on a few occasions, but that's all the good things I can think about this movie. Oh, one more thing, the marketing for this movie showed him on the dragon a lot. It was him riding the dragon with the fire sword. That was what got me excited for the movie. I watched the movie, and that scene with him on the dragon is just a 30-second vision, and with, again, awful CGI. I was crushed by this movie, and the demons, the amount of time you see the demons in the trailer, that's all the time they have in the movie. So yeah, that's another disappointment. So anyway, that's this video done. Don't forget to like and subscribe to The Average Moviegoer. Thank you guys so much for watching.